The ambulance emergency system activated. All units, Veterans Hospital lockdown, armed individual inside, medical personnel trapped. Sharon held her breath. Emergency medical services teams and police took these kinds of emergencies very seriously. At that moment, paramedic Sharon Williams was completing routine veteran care transport, finishing medication monitoring for 68-year-old PTSD patient Mr. Thompson in the driver's seat. The ambulance, equipped with medical transport equipment and veteran care supplies, created a professional healthcare atmosphere. "Sharon, sounds like gunshots coming from the hospital," said her partner Mike anxiously, detecting the echoing sounds. "Confirmed. Central reports armed suspect at veteran care facility," Sharon said to Mike with calm but heightened awareness. "Should we establish a perimeter and wait for tactical units?" asked driver Jessica in a procedural tone. "Veterans inside need emergency assistance. We have medical access authorization," Sharon said strategically, but her mental preparation had shifted to a completely different level. Unlike other emergency medical personnel, Sharon comprehensively understood threat assessment patterns and sensitive intervention protocols. "Jessica, position the ambulance in the medical staging area. I need line of sight to the building." In the next 53 seconds, everyone at St. Louis Veterans Medical Center would discover paramedic Sharon Williams's true background. Because precision marksmanship and tactical medical intervention were completely familiar territory for her. When she analyzed the tactical sounds and assessed those familiar threat indicators from the ambulance position, Sharon's demeanor had completely changed. Her professional posture shifted, even her hand position moved into a different pattern. As if a completely different skill set had activated. Welcome to Hidden Legends. Before continuing with this powerful story, please indicate in the comments which city you're watching from. And if you believe stories like this need to be told, hit that subscribe and like button. Sharon Williams was a 32-year-old paramedic who had been working at St. Louis Emergency Medical Services for 5 years. She specialized in veteran healthcare transport, working with PTSD and war-related medical cases. She was calm, reliable, always providing the right medical intervention at the right time. Other emergency medical personnel found Sharon's response to emergencies noteworthy. "Sharon, how do you stay so tactical during the highest stress situations?" they would ask. "Training," Sharon would say quietly. "Every situation requires systematic assessment and precise application." This training came from an 8-year Navy hospital corpsman career. Hospital corpsman, medical support to Marine units, advanced marksmanship training. Sharon had performed medical operations and precision shooting support in the world's most dangerous war zones. Sharon Williams's real story began 14 years ago. She had joined the Navy at 18. Since childhood, Sharon had been interested in the medical field in precision sports, emergency medicine, tactical medicine, precision marksmanship. "I want to succeed in the medical field in challenging situations," she had told the Navy recruitment specialist. After basic training, she attended Hospital Corpsman School, then Field Medical Service School, Marine Training, Advanced Marksmanship Program. She had shown exceptional performance. She caught the attention of Naval Special Operations Command. Hospital corpsman duty with Marine units was the most challenging medical training. Combat medicine, tactical medical support, precision marksmanship, Marine infantry operations. Sharon had managed to rank in the top 5 in her specialization field among female Navy hospital corpsmen assigned to Marine units. During 8 years of active duty, Sharon had served in various Marine combat deployments, medical operations in Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Marine reconnaissance teams, combat medical support, precision shooting backup, tactical medical intelligence. Sharon's expertise was combat medicine and precision marksmanship support. Her most critical missions were frontline medical operations, combat casualty care, tactical medical evacuation, precision shooting support, dual-role medical tactical missions. She had completed 47 confirmed successful medical operations with marksmanship support. Sharon's Navy training was a combination of medical expertise and tactical training. combat medicine, tactical medical support, precision marksmanship, marine operations integration, specialized dual-role skills. Hospital corpsmen in Marine units must be complete medical tactical professionals, said training instructor Petty Officer Martinez. In combat situations, medic, tactical support, marksman, integration of medical care with tactical support. Sharon had fully embraced this philosophy. Medical-focused operations, combat casualty care, tactical support integration, precision backup capability. Navy medical expertise provided perfect adaptation to Marine tactical application. The most critical training was combat medical simulations, forward bases, casualty evacuation, tactical medical support, realistic combat medical environments. Sharon had learned to perform tactical medical assessment even in civilian medical environments. During an operation in Helmand, while in a frontline medical position, they had treated 12 wounded Marines simultaneously. Sharon had successfully treated 4 critical medical cases by combining combat medical expertise and precision marksmanship training while also providing tactical support. After that mission, she had become one of the Navy's most valuable combat medical specialists. She had specifically received tactical medical intervention training, precise medical care in hostile environments. This training would prove very useful in her civilian emergency career. After 8 years of active duty, Sharon had decided on a career transition. Combat deployment fatigue, desire for normal life, civilian medical service commitment, emergency medical services was a natural career progression. "Why are you leaving the Navy?" her commander had asked. "Because I want to continue medical service in a peaceful civilian environment, same medical precision, peaceful application." But Sharon hadn't severed ties with the veteran community. Jake Mitchell, one of her former Marine team members, had started providing marksmanship training after retirement. Sharon also began attending weekend training. "Sharon, you were already very good at shooting during medical training. If you took professional marksmanship training, you'd improve even more," Jake had said. She took weekend training, long-range precision shooting, urban marksmanship, precision target elimination. While maintaining her medical skills, she also developed her marksmanship abilities. At Emergency Medical Services School, Sharon was overqualified. Combat medical training, tactical assessment, emergency medicine experience. Navy medical background provided an excellent foundation. "I've always wanted to work in the emergency medical field," Sharon had said, helping veterans in emergency medical situations. Veteran care paramedic was a perfect fit. The medical emergency environment felt familiar to Sharon. High-pressure decisions, life-and-death situations, precise timing. But civilian, peaceful. When St. Louis Emergency Medical Services hired her, Sharon was an exceptional paramedic. Patient care excellence, emergency composure, tactical expertise. But no one knew about her exceptional marksmanship background. Monday morning, Sharon was doing routine veteran transport. Emergency medical service veteran care, PTSD counseling transport, medication distribution, routine medical monitoring, normal paramedic duties. Sharon was monitoring Mr. Thompson's post-therapy transport in the ambulance. 68-year-old Vietnam veteran, successful PTSD treatment, stable transport condition. "Sharon, therapy session went well today. Mr. Thompson's progress is excellent," said emergency medical technician Mike in a professional tone. "Good to hear. Veterans deserve quality care," Sharon said with professional warmth. But Sharon had noticed unusual activity in emergency radio communications. Police increased communications, hospital security alarms, tactical unit mobilization. The ambulance dispatch system activated. All units, Veterans Hospital lockdown, armed individual inside, medical personnel trapped. Emergency response began immediately in the ambulance. Route assessment, emergency protocols, transition from routine transport to crisis intervention. "Sharon, hospital emergency, armed situation," said driver Jessica. "Copy," Sharon said. But Sharon was conducting threat assessment, tactical analysis, precision intervention evaluation, civilian protection possibility. Emergency radio communication continued. Armed suspect at veteran care facility, medical personnel trapped, Tactical intervention required. But Sharon had identified characteristics in tactical behavior patterns. Urban threat indicators, precision intervention requirements, high probability of civilian protection development. When Sharon looked at the Veterans Hospital from the ambulance window with a tactical perspective, she saw the seriousness of the situation. Other emergency medical personnel were showing protocol intervention, but Sharon was moving with precision intervention assessment purposes. At the hospital, she understood the nature of the threat. Armed individual, veteran care facility targeting, medical personnel potential victims, urgent tactical requirements. Every civilian different protection level, but coordination critical. Sharon automatically performed tactical situation assessment, threat behavior evaluation, civilian security priority, precision intervention planning, protection intervention optimization. Tactical Intervention Response Plan, Threat Neutralization Application, Civilian Protection Maximization, Precision Neutralization Strategy. Sharon's behavior pattern completely changed. Navy Tactical Precision, Combat Medical Coordination, Systematic Threat Assessment. The paramedic disappeared, Navy Tactical Medical Specialist activated. As Sharon exited the ambulance, she encountered security guard Tom Bradley at the hospital entrance. He was a middle-aged, experienced security guard. "Ma'am, the hospital is on lockdown. You cannot enter," Tom said anxiously. "I'm paramedic Sharon Williams. There may be injured people inside. Medical intervention may be needed," Sharon said. "The situation is very dangerous. Armed man on the second floor where veteran patient rooms are located. SWAT hasn't arrived yet." Sharon's eyes saw the pistol on Tom's security belt. Then, she visualized the hospital layout in her mind. "Tom, could you give me that weapon?" Sharon said quietly but determinedly. "What?" "Ma'am, your medical personnel." "I'm also former Navy hospital corpsman. I received military medical training and have marksmanship training. There may be wounded veterans inside. Both medical and tactical intervention may be required." Tom hesitated. Sharon's professional demeanor and mention of military background had impressed him. "Ma'am, if you really have military training, someone who can handle this situation needs to go inside." Tom drew his weapon. "Be careful, there are innocents inside. I'll also take my medical bag from the ambulance. I may need to treat injured people." Sharon entered the hospital. In one hand, Jake's pistol, in the other, her medical bag. The corridors had been evacuated, but sounds came from the second floor. She climbed the stairs silently. Navy hospital corpsmen training with Marine units kicked in, both medical and tactical awareness. On the second floor, she saw an armed man in front of a patient room. He was threatening an elderly veteran inside. "Get out of here! Nobody understands me!" the armed man was shouting. Sharon took position, calculated breathing from marksmanship training, steady hand, precise aim. Single shot, to the armed man's shoulder, neutralized but didn't kill. The weapon fell. The man collapsed, blood flowing from his shoulder. Sharon immediately ran, first checked the veteran in the room, in shock but unwounded, then treated the wounded attacker. "Stay calm. The wound isn't fatal. I'm helping," Sharon said, taking bandages from her medical bag. When security guards reached the second floor, they found Sharon treating 2 patients simultaneously. Armed man neutralized, veteran patient safe, both under Sharon's medical care. "Incredible," said the hospital security chief. "Are you a marksman or a medic?" Sharon hesitated. Decision moment. Former Navy hospital corpsman, served with Marine units, over 47 successful medical operations with tactical support, and I received marksmanship training after retirement, Sharon said quietly. Complete silence from the emergency medical team. The community's beloved paramedic was actually an elite Navy medical tactical specialist. Navy hospital corpsman. "You were a medical specialist with Marine units?" asked emergency medical technician Mike in amazement. 8 years active duty, combat medicine, tactical medical support, precision marksmanship specialist with Marine units. Emergency response teams were grateful for expert tactical medical intervention. "Ma'am, professional medical coordination saved multiple civilian lives." The protected veterans learned about Sharon's heroism. Mr. Thompson was very emotional. "Sharon, I didn't know you were in the Navy, but I always felt you were very caring." "Mr. Thompson, I'm still the same person. still a paramedic, still here for veteran care. The veteran community expressed gratitude. Sharon's protection saved our lives. Now we know why. Sharon continued her normal emergency medical duties, but colleagues saw her differently, respect mixed with admiration. "How do you transition from Navy to paramedic?" asked young emergency medical technician Sarah. "Both jobs are about protecting life, different environments, same mission." Sharon's former Navy Hospital Corpsman team members learned the news. Messages and phone calls came from around the world. Heard about the Veteran Hospital Tactical Intervention, classic Williams Medical Tactical Intervention. Once a Navy corpsman, always a medical protector. Proud of your civilian service. Retired Commander Petty Officer Martinez personally called, "Sharon, I'm proud of you. Perfect medical tactical intervention under civilian conditions." Petty Officer, "I just did what training taught us, protecting veterans' medical security." That's exactly what we were trained for. Medical protection service continues in different forms. Sharon's story isn't just about tactical heroism. It's about the evolution of medical protection service spirit, the application of Navy Hospital Corpsman medical skills to emergency medical services. From Navy to emergency medical services, from combat medical operations to veteran care, from tactical medical missions to compassionate medical treatment, always medical protection service. Navy taught me medical combat. Emergency medical services taught me civilian healing. Community taught me both medical skills are valuable. When veteran hospital survivors see Sharon, they say, "Real medical protectors don't abandon their mission. They find new forms of medical service worthy of medical protection." Sharon's tactical medical precision that day was the application of Navy Hospital Corpsman training to emergency medical services. Combat medical expertise applied in civilian emergency. I'm no longer a Navy Hospital Corpsman, but the medical protection spirit never ends. Medical service continues. Mission changes. Veterans will understand in the future. Medical protection service takes many forms. So I ask you, do you know Navy Hospital Corpsman veterans serving quietly in your emergency medical service community? Those with hidden tactical medical backgrounds quietly contributing to civilian emergency services? Share your experiences in the comments. Because at Hidden Legends, we believe the greatest medical protectors often serve at the most critical moments. If this story moved you, share it, subscribe, and to help these important veteran medical stories continue. See you in the next legend. And remember, next time you see emergency medical intervention, tactical medical crisis, precision medical intervention, you might be encountering emergency medical workers with Navy Hospital Corpsman tactical medical backgrounds. Real medical heroes transform their forms of service, but medical protection precision is eternal.